So now I'm going to begin the process of working on my underpainting for the snow globe. Now normally we would paint big stuff first, small stuff last. Here you're going to break those rules just a little bit. So you want to leave the sky for last because that's where you're going to do your snow effect, and you need to have color on everything else first, okay? So what you're going to do, let's see, I'm going to start out with base here. So thinking about colors that I know I'm going to use here, that's going to help me plan out what colors I'm going to use down here. So I think I'm going to do yellow on the leafy parts. And then I like the idea of having a color with a lot of contrast to the yellow. So I'm going to use the color directly across from yellow on the color wheel for the rest of the base. That would be purple. The yellow is a warm color, the purple is a cool color. They are directly opposite each other in intensity. Cleaning out my brush, running it over the edge of the bucket a couple of times. Now you want to start thinking of kind of getting a 3D effect with your use of color too. So here, I think I could go a little darker with that purple. I'm going to paint it there on that side edge. And I'm going to start working my way across. And as I do that, even though my paint's getting lighter, I'm not going to reload it. I want to let it sort of fade away as I move towards the middle. And I'm going to do the same effect coming from the other side. So you notice I've got a dark part and a light part. We know that is the use of value, and that helps things look more three-dimensional. So here I've gone quite dark, so I'm going to take some of that, put it over here where I need it. And I want the fading away effect. I want it to blend as I'm filling in, which is not really happening, so I need to get rid of that purple paint. Make sure I don't have too much water so I don't lose control of the paint. And you can see now that I'm using my clean brush, it is fading away, so I'm blending the purple moving across. All right, so then I'm going to paint the ground. So let's say I go with brown here. My bear might end up being brown too, maybe black. He could be a polar bear. So I need to think about, well, I want it to look different later. So maybe I'm going to keep the brown here kind of light, and the brown on the bear later will be darker. I'm trying for that blending effect where back here, darker. As I move forward, I'm letting the paint lighten up, so I'm not reloading the brush. And then down here inside the snow globe, that would be brown as well. So think about brush painting techniques. So for instance, on the tree, I think for this kind of tree, if I do brush strokes and hatch marks, that seems to be working pretty effectively. For that bush, I think I'm going to do a different style of painting technique. Cleaning it out. I have two greens, so I'm going to go with a different green just to make it stand out. But if I stipple, if I dab with my brush, that seems to be more effective for the bush there. All right, so you're working on your painting. I am working on mine.